Welcome to Crime Stories of Pakistan with your hosts, Jehan and Naz. In today's episode, we're going to talk about a very sensitive issue, the abuse of power and trust. This is a difficult but necessary conversation. Our communities, whether religious, educational, or social, depend on trust and leadership. And sometimes that trust can be shattered in ways that leave us all shaken. Leadership at its core is about trust. It's about guiding others with integrity, setting a positive example, and being accountable for your own actions. Whether we're talking about a religious leader, a teacher, or even a community organizer, those in positions of power must recognize the immense responsibility they carry. When trust is broken, the effects can be far reaching. The damage isn't just personal, it impacts an entire community. It erodes the fabric of cooperation and safety that allows people to flourish. That's why it's so important to ensure that those in leadership positions are held to the highest standards of ethical behavior. Having said that, the details of this case have been called heinous, heartbreaking, and egregious. In every society, there are people who are more vulnerable to harm: children, the elderly, the marginalized, or those who lack the ability to defend themselves. But what if the one who you have all trust, faith, and respect for uses your position of vulnerability and trust to their own disgusting advantage? And what's worse, when he does it in the name of God. In October 2024, the Shelby County Department of Human Resources received a tip from Texas claiming a man named Wisam Sharieff was soliciting disturbing videos of a minor. Eventually, the investigation revealed the videos actually originated from someone called Blake Barakat, who was a 50-year-old woman. After Blake's arrest, deputies reached out to the Birmingham FBI to help identify and locate Wisam Sharieff. According to federal court documents filed on October 29, 2024, it was Wisam A. Sharieff's wife who called Alabama Department of Human Resources to report her husband. She was going through her husband's gallery, probably just checking to see pictures, and she saw a video of a minor girl watching porn. Shockingly, the mother of this child was in this video too, and she was explaining the video content to her daughter, MV. Visam's wife recognized MV, the child, and her mother because she had met them in person during a conference in Atlanta, Georgia. She also reported that there were telegram messages from her husband to MV's mother directing her to make more videos of MV and send them to him. And for all those who don't know what Telegram is, it allows users to exchange messages, share media and files, and hold private and group voice or video calls. Telegram offers end to end encryption in voice and video calls and optional private chats, which Telegram calls secret chat. So all of these are sent through Telegram. No one keeps a check. God knows what people are sending. It is actually insane how Telegram is actually still used to the extent that it is, and there's no check and balance. But who was Wisam Sharieff? Wisam was listed as a specialist Quran teacher in Al Marghab Institute. His focus was on Quran recitation and retention. Additionally, he led the Quran Revolution program for the Al Maghrib Institute. He has taught over 25,000 children worldwide. 25,000 children. He is listed as an Imam. An Imam is typically someone who has a high leadership position and Islamically is very well respected. In a post Miranda statement, MV's mother spoke at length about her religion. She stated that Wissam was a teacher in an online school and he used to teach her about the Quran. During her training, he told her that achieving an orgasm would help her spiritually and allow her to communicate with Allah better. I don't know how gullible you have to be to believe that this is true. But since MV's mother wanted to be closer to Allah, she then decided to involve MV, her minor child, in these online classes so that MV too could become closer to Allah. MV's mother bought MV a vibrator sex toy and showed MV how to use it on herself. The mother would stream adult pornography for MV to watch while the mother would be masturbating. Then MV learned how to use the toy on herself, and her mother would record her while she was performing acts of pleasing herself. And then these videos and these pictures of MV's mother and MV, again, who's a minor, would then be sent to Wissam via the Telegram app. And then he would go through them and point out what they could do better or basically guide them. I don't know, it's so messed up. And yeah, apparently those videos and pictures were used by Wissam to kind of tell them how they're progressing and how close they are to Allah now, which is insane. It's actually insane. I cannot believe that this 50-year-old actually believed him. The private chat thread on Telegram began around September 27, 2024 at 12:20 p.m. Central Standard Time, and it ended around 15th October 2024 at 2:27 p.m. Central Standard Time. Throughout the Telegram chat thread, MV is referred to as Hamma. So on or around October 8th, 2024, messages exchange go as follows. Wissam, you are special and safe with me, your secret. And our family time is secret, which I think means kisses. Wissam, you've been lied to by men for so long, it's impossible to believe someone truthful. Kisses. Wissam, when can Papa work on Quran with Hamma? Yuck, yuck, yuck. He's referring to himself as Papa. So this conversation is between him and MV's mom. So you can tell. He's saying, don't worry, everything that happens here is between you and I. It's a secret. Everything that you've been taught before is a lie. Of course, what I say to you right now, you will view as a lie, but you got to trust me. I'm truthful. You've been lied to before, so obviously you'll be hesitant to believe me. And then when can Papa work on Quran with Hamma? Around 13 October 2024. So this is 6 days later. He's convinced her that this family time is a secret, that everything that he's doing is to make them closer to Allah, make them feel closer to Allah. But on October 13, 2024, Wisam posted a 12-second video message. In this video, Wisam is shirtless and he's wearing headphones. He says in the video, quote, I want to kiss Humma like that. And then Wisam makes kissing motions with his mouth and lips, and he begins to moan. Then Wisam goes like, are you two licking my elbow? Humma, the young minor girl replies, yes. And she replies, here. She probably sent him a video showing that she's licking his elbow. Wisam responds, love you. Humma, again, the minor girl responds, I popped, which I'm assuming means she orgasmed. Humma then posted a 17 seconds video message. In the video, MV, Humma, is nude. She's using a sex toy on herself and she's watching an adult pornography on a phone that is propped in front of her. Humma types, well, she doesn't type, obviously, her mother types for her. I get pleasure in imagining you with others. Wisam replies, I love the Humma thought. Then he posts a 18-second video message. In that video, again, Wisam is shirtless, he's wearing headphones, and he says, Humma, I do love watching. I love when you are buzzing. Is it okay to see while you buzz? Even if you come a little bit in the video, we are all buzzing and stroking. It feels so good. Ugh. Yuck. Then later in the day, on October 13th, Wisam posted an 11-second video message. In the video, Wisam again is shirtless, he's wearing headphones, and in the video he says, quote, you can tell me on your phone, you are the brown. I love you. You can tell me on your phone, oh, Humma, 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 Humma. So it seems like Wisam just had an orgasm. Throughout the course of these chats on Telegram, Wisam and Envy's mother traded multiple video messages back and forth. This is just one bit that was extracted from their report, but usually the videos would have Envy using sex toys on herself, watching adult pornography, her mother too doing the same, but it feels like there was a lot more involvement with MV, the minor. Wisam and MV's mother routinely traded links to adult pornography on the internet, and then these links were shown to MV while she was utilizing sex toys. It's actually sickening. I am so disgusted by this, and it's really, really hard to comprehend how Blake, who is MV's mom, she's 50. How are you allowing this? How can your belief be so weak that you think any of this could bring you closer to God? But again, I feel maybe Wisam started off with gaining her trust, manipulating her, making her believe that this way is the only way. I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me. But I don't know how. I don't know if there was an ulterior motive. There's some talk about how these videos were then also sold. So was MV's mother part of obtaining money from it or profit from it? I don't know. This is all speculation. I have no clue. Just her motive doesn't seem to be very clear to me. Was she benefiting financially from the videos? I don't know. Was there some other hidden agenda? I just don't know. I do not know. But I can't help but feel that it's just very, very hard to believe that someone could be so naive to allow such a horrific act to take place, not only with them, but with their minor child under the belief that it's for a spiritual cause. It just really raises a lot of questions when it comes to her true intentions. This case is an ongoing case. There's not a lot on this case right now, but the minute we have any updates, we're definitely going to share them with you. On the 3rd of December 2024, both Blake Barakat and Wisam Sharieff were charged in conspiracy to sexually exploiting children. A 5-count indictment filed in U.S. District Court has officially charged Wisam A. Sharieff, 43 years old, and Blake Miller Barakat, 50, with multiple serious crimes involving child abuse. These charges include working together to harm children, sharing and possessing illegal content, and encouraging the exploitation of minors. Blake and Wissam were basically working together to obtain and share illegal content involving children. An indictment simply lists the charges against someone, and they are considered innocent until proven guilty in court. Blake currently is in Shelby County Jail. A court date has not been set yet, and Wissam remains in federal custody. Wissam is a vile, inhumane monster, worse than anything imaginable. Using religion as a tool to exploit and harm children, it sickens me to the core how people like him pervert something pure, using it as a veil to mask their depravity. Islam is not what these so called imams or Maulvis or religious leaders make it out to be. It's heartbreaking to see how some who hold power and trust manipulate it for the most disgusting of reasons. In Pakistan, the horror of madrasas and Maulvis abusing their power in the name of Islam is beyond words. And it's infuriating. We just did a case about it. But what truly chills me to the bone is the unknown, the uncertainty of how many minors, how many videos were made of these minors, how many were involved. The possibility that there could be a much wider, more horrific pattern of exploitation makes this case even more chilling. Wissam's actions must be fully uncovered. There could be countless more victims whose voices have not yet been heard, and justice must be sought for every single one of them. In a disturbing twist, Wissam's connection to the situation is compounded by the fact that he memorized the Quran at a school founded by Maulana Abdul Salim, a man with a dark past. In 2015, the New York Times published allegations of sexual abuse against Maulana Abdullah Salim and Umar Muzaffar in a video described by Maulana Salim confessing to his actions. Maulana Abdullah Salim has been registered as a child sex offender in Illinois, with the FACE organization providing more details on this case. The link between Wissam and such a figure only adds layers of horror to the already unsettling situation. It just makes you wonder just how deep this network of exploitation really goes. That being said, I truly hope and pray that these sick, disgusting people face the full extent of justice. These videos and messages are proof enough, but I understand that until the trial and verdict, we just have to wait and let the legal process take its course. This investigation, like I said, is ongoing. So as soon as there are any updates, we'll make sure to inform our listeners. In the meantime, what are your thoughts on this case? Let us know in the comments below. Cases like this force us to confront a gut wrenching truth. When the people who are supposed to love, protect, and nurture a child become the very ones who harm them, it shakes us to our core. The betrayal of a parent is the deepest wound a child can endure. When a mother deliberately harms her child, when a father becomes an abuser, or when caregivers abandon their duty and neglect the most vulnerable, the impact is devastating. It's not just the abuse itself, it's the profound sense of betrayal that echoes through the child's life forever. And when parents cross that line, the punishment should be as harsh and unforgiving as the crime itself. There's no room for leniency when the ones who should be safeguarding a child's innocence become the ones destroying it. Society must demand the strongest possible consequences for parents who abuse their children, because the level of betrayal they commit is not just a crime, it's an unspeakable violation that leaves scars too deep to erase. Thank you for joining me, Jihan, on Crime Stories of Pakistan. This was a very, very disturbing case. I know this is not Pakistan centered, but I heard about this case and my jaw was on the floor. I am so sick and tired of people using religion in the most disgusting way. And it just needs to stop. It needs to stop. So, with that, take care of yourself, stay safe, stay vigilant, comment, like, share, and keep listening to Crime Stories of Pakistan with your host, Naz and Jihan. Bye, guys.